guys, didn't get the amount of progress done I was hoping for today. Ended up doing a ton of running around, but I have a little bit left to frame on this end here. I've got the whole top half of this wall framed. Obviously the bottom's all ripped out. I've got this wall framed in as well. If you guys are wondering why these 2x4s are not lined up with the ones below, not a load bearing wall, wasn't worried about it. That gave me the opportunity to screw in from underneath straight up and then toe screw into the top plate. So just gave me a better way to anchor those without having to put a bunch of screws in on an angle. So now all this electrical wire here is 14.2, which can only handle 15 amps. So what I'm going to do is, this is coming from the fuse panel here. I'm going to take that and put a plug right here, coming right from the fuse panel, right on the corner of the wall here. All right, and that's just going to be used for like vacuuming or using a Swiffer or like a mop, steam mop thing, because this is getting vinyl floor down here. So that'll always be energized. So that's all that's going to be on that circuit, is just that one plug. I'm going to take, I don't know why there are two of these 12-2 wires here going into the same box. That I don't know. I have to investigate and see what they did and why they did that. I didn't do any of this, so I don't know exactly what's going on with it, but I'll figure it out. But anyways, I know that at least one of them's coming from the fuse panel. I'm guessing that one's going into this box, coming out of this box and hitting another plug somewhere else, but I'm just not positive yet because I haven't taken the sealing down in here yet. But anyways, whichever one's coming from the fuse panel, hopefully maybe both are, which would be nice because that would give me two circuits over here. But anyways, I'm going to run this one into a plug here. I'm going to rip out all that 14.2. I'm going to rip those boxes out. I'm going to reuse those boxes because there's nothing wrong with them. But I'm going to pull them all out and I'm going to re-put them in the right order. So basically, this wall is going to have one circuit, which is 8 games. And then I'm going to put another circuit over here, which will probably only have like 4 games on it or so, because the wire coming over here out of this wall here is on the other side with 3 plugs already. So the 4th plug is going to go right here. So that'll complete that circuit. So I just did a quick framing around the window. Once again, it's not framed correctly if it was a load bearing wall, but since it's not a big deal. So that's where I'm at. I won't be able to do any more work on this until the weekend, and I probably won't get a ton done on the weekend because we're going to finish, or hopefully get close to finishing up putting our Christmas lights up. I have to box this in still, this drain pipe. So this box that's coming here, I'm just going to continue it down a little farther. There's a gas line there, which I do want to cap into that, run it out the wall outside, because I might eventually build a room out there on the back deck, and it'd be nice to have a gas line out there that I can hook a heater up to. So I'm probably going to take that through the wall, drill through that brick or that concrete, get that outside and get it sealed up before winter, just cap it out there. And then also I want to tap into this 3-inch drain line here, and I want to run it through here, which sucks because should not drill through floor joists with a 3-inch pipe if you don't have to, but I need to because I want to bring it this way over to here, because I want to build a room upstairs in the attic, because it's a really big attic, and I want to put a room up there, and I want to put a full bathroom up there. So what I'm going to have to do is tap off of that 3-inch line, come through here. I'm going to have to drill a hole through these 2x10s, and then I'm going to have to sister a 2x4 or a 2x6 next to it. And what that's going to do is that's going to put strength back into the joist again. And then also when I build my ceiling grid, I'll make sure that I have 2x4s going both ways to also brace it on the bottom. This is just the bathroom upstairs, these couple joists. So, and there is a load bearing wall right here. So it's not like it's going to be real far from the wall. In fact, I might even try to see here. That's the end of it there. So I'll probably try to maybe continue it a little bit this way and get it as close as I can towards the load bearing wall, so that it has, more strength to it. But yeah, ideally you don't really want to drill through joists if you don't have to, because that's a 3-inch pipe. So I'm going to be drilling a 3.5-inch hole in a 9.25-inch piece of wood. So it only leaves me 6 inches. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But we will strengthen that back up by sistering a 2x6 on the side of it, and then capping the bottom with a 2x4. It should be just fine. If it were maybe you know, in the middle of the room, I probably wouldn't do it, because I would be worried that it could bow in the future. But being close to the edge, I'm not too worried about it. So that's where we're at so far. I'm gonna, when I get a chance this weekend, I'm gonna get this little area framed in here. Then I'm gonna start with 2x3s again, going down that wall, and over there. And then at that point, I can start some of the ceiling grid over here, and start getting the pine on these walls over here. These 2x4s up here, I think I'm gonna leave, because the ceiling grid needs to be about 3 2x4s high. So there's already 2 here. So if I measure correctly from here to that wall down there and split it, I can leave this, and this will just be like 1 row of the ceiling grid. So I don't have to try to rip all that down, because that's really nailed up there well. I'll just have to cut the nails that are hanging out off with my Sawzall, just to clean that up, and I'll get the rest of that wall ripped out there. So we're getting there. We got a lot. Once this ceiling's framed in this area, and I have those walls ripped down and stuff, I'll be looking real good. So that's kind of where I'm at so far. I need to, this water line that goes outside needs to get braced up here. It was put in like that because the ceiling tiles were here. So this needs to get brought up and secured to the rafters up top. And I'm gonna make sure that all this wiring is secured correctly and not just haphazardly thrown everywhere like they had it. I mean, the drop ceiling was like, they just freaking just threw wires up there, didn't strap anything down. And you really shouldn't do that, especially on a drop ceiling, because that's aluminum or galvanized or whatever the hell it is. And you know, it should never wear or rub through the wire, but it's just not correct. You know, if you had any bit of a little tiny nick in the wire, I mean, you can energize your ceiling grid. So it's not the proper way to do it. So once I get everything run and where I want it to go, I'm gonna take staples and actually staple everything up correctly. This has all got to come out and get put above here. And look at this, somebody spliced from one light to that light, and they must not have enough wire, so they're like, we'll just splice it here. Which, okay, you could splice this here, you know, that's fine. Put it in the box, don't just leave it out in the open. Tape it, tape the ends, you know. But you know, that's what happens when you buy a house and you don't know, you know. And I do this for a living, I'm a contractor, and this is my house. You would think it wouldn't be like this, but you don't know what you're, unless you pull all the ceilings down and look everywhere, you don't know what you're getting. I mean, there's stuff like this everywhere. That's an original light socket there, which I'm gonna eliminate because that's energized right now. There's no bulb in it. That's energized when those turn on. So I'm just gonna knock that out of there. Why would you leave that there and put these in? You know what I mean? It's just dumb stuff. But we'll get it handled. You know, I'll get that one down. There's another one over here I thought I saw somewhere. Maybe it's over here, I forget. But just, you know, there is another one somewhere. Oh, here it is right here. See, that's another one that's energized right now. If I stuck my finger in there, I'm gonna get shocked. So we'll get all that cleaned up. And these are vents here, heat and air conditioning vents. Those come back down into the ceiling. And I think I'm gonna buy some, I found some Bluetooth or wireless speakers that you can put in your ceiling. And you just plug your phone into like this little plug that goes in the wall down low, and you plug your phone into it and you can actually play music. So I might get that. Oh, let me show you this real quick. I gotta move these games, but these were what I was talking about with the stainless steel bowls, which I know this isn't exactly the correct way to do it, but if I drill a hole into that vent, stick this bowl up into there, and then, like I said, use the foil aluminum tape and tape that in there, then I know for sure I have enough room for these can lights. These are RGB can lights. They change colors. I bought the cheaper ones. You can buy ones that work off your phone app, but you know, I didn't want to deal with all that. So these ones actually just work off a remote control. So you can change colors or do whatever you want with them. But if you look here, that's how deep it is. And I'm gonna have 3/4 inch wood plus a 1/4 inch layer of plywood. So I basically only need this little nub, maybe 1/2 inch is gonna go up into the vent area. And it's only on those, only gonna be a couple of them. So my theory was is I'm gonna take this and just put that in there, and that's going to solve the problem. Because I don't wanna stick this into the vent hole and then have air blowing all around it. So I'll put this on there, and that'll kind of just help hide that. And you know, these lights nowadays are such junk, like the connectors and stuff. They expect me to use this to connect my wires. No way, I'm not using them. We're gonna do it a little differently. But this is what they want you to use. And I don't know about that. I might use this clear box so that, or this little white box, so that the wires are in something when I splice them together. But I'm gonna use those push-in connectors. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this out of the center here, because these have little screws in them, okay, little flathead screws. And I don't know if anybody realizes that, but over time electricity will loosen screws, especially fuse panels. If you live like on a main route like we do, with 50-mile-per-hour cars going down the road, believe it or not, over years and years of people driving down the road, the lugs on your fuse panel will actually start to come loose. From vibration and from just electricity flowing through it. So that's another thing, you know, if you are experiencing like flickering lights or something like that in your house, you probably want to check your ground lug in your panel, because chances are your screw on the ground lug is becoming loose, and it's starting to arc inside the panel, and that's what causes fires. So it is definitely a good idea to always check those every so many years, and just go through it, you know. I have to cut this up still. This is hanging down too low, this piece of wood here, so I got to cut that up to the beam height right here. So all right guys, this is my last update on the arcade remodel for this week. I don't know, I probably won't do a video this weekend. I'll probably do one beginning of next week. I'm going to be in Tennessee for a few days, so I'm going to see if I can't find a couple arcades down there, and maybe I'll take a couple videos and post those, and so you guys can see what's in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I don't know that there's much there for arcades. There's a few that I know of, but we'll see. We'll see if I can find something else. So all right guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I really appreciate everybody watching these videos and hanging in there waiting for some more restores. Just need to get this stuff caught up first, and everything wired correctly, and not have to worry about any of this stuff. So all right guys, you have a good night, and I will see you later.